Department, I will tell you right now, I also want to have an internal affairs division. If you guys have a complaint about law enforcement in your area, you should have a place to go. That is your First Amendment right. The right to retrieve your government, is it not? Law enforcement is a form of government. You have a right, and you should know that if I file a complaint about a law enforcement officer, it just doesn't get held on deaf ears. You should know what the process is and where it goes. You know, we talk about that transparency aspect of it. It's very important that you, the citizens of St. Louis County, know who your law enforcement officers are, know what our standard operating procedures are. That's never been put out to us. It seems like everything's a secret. Yeah, I'm a law enforcement officer, I'm a business owner. We're a customer-oriented career field, just like my business, and I truly believe that's how we should run it. You guys are all our customers. And we need to be transparent in what we do. And we need to include you on what we do. The sheriff works for all of you folks. I know most of you guys are elected in here, gals, and that's great. You understand that. The sheriff works directly for all the citizens and answers directly to you guys. That needs to happen. Any questions?
Pat wanted to know if you would be available to go to National Night Out August 2nd at Worley Township.
Absolutely.
Okay, write it down.
I will. Yeah.
Oh, Worley Township is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can remember that.
Just north of Virginia.
Yeah.
And then we are offering we are going to re-invite candidates here for our September meeting then.
Oh, awesome.
So if you want to come, you certainly can come
Would
again.
love to.
And so that's our first meeting for the new year.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
would love to be here.
Okay.
Any other questions? You had a question?
There was an article in the paper about campaign issues, and you talked about accountability and
Yeah.
filing problems or something. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, I will elaborate on that. That is a great question. Have you all heard about, we had some campaign finance issues. It's not no big secret, yep. I will tell you right now, I take accountability for that. I'm not perfect, no way, shape, or form. Yep, we made a mistake. It is an administrative error. It's not a crime, we didn't break any laws. All it is an administrative error that me and my wife made. Okay, and I will take all the blame for it. She likes to take the blame, but I said no. I'm the one that decided to run. I didn't read the 211A booklet, which is 230 pages long. I didn't read it clearly. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Yep, and I will stand up here and tell you, if I get elected, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. That's why I said, you know, we're all human. You can't do it by yourself. You need the help of the citizens. You really do.
How unusual is that to make a mistake like that?
It's not unusual at all, you know. I'm glad that the people pointed it out, so we don't do it again. We did get served a fine, which is fine, we paid it, and we corrected it immediately, which was already corrected. If you guys want to read that, it's on my website, Chad Walsh for Sheriff. I am 100% transparent in my campaign on running for sheriff. It was up there before it even became news. Several days before it even became news. That's how important I believe transparency is. I'm not afraid to tell you when I make a mistake. Am I perfect? No. Do I make mistakes? Yeah, I got stopped for speeding last year. I'm not gonna deny that one. You know? 7 miles over the limit. I was like, yeah, that was me, you know. We're all human, right? Yeah, the trooper's like, did you see me? Yeah, I seen ya. Yeah. So we do make mistakes, but we're all human, and it's not a crime what I did. And I truly believe that, you know, if I do get elected, we can go forward with this transparency. We can do this this community relations department that I want to have. I've talked to a couple of the commissioners about it, because it's going to be a little different. Jugovic, I had a conversation with him about it. He asked me what it would look like. And I said it's very important. Not only is it going to cover the sheriff's department, yes, it'll be for law enforcement, but it will affect the county tremendously. because when we hold these meetings, I'm gonna invite them to it. I'm gonna invite the local law enforcement. We are going to get the communities involved in every way, shape, and form that we can. You folks need to know what's going on in your areas. And we need to know in law enforcement how we can serve you better. That question's never come up. I've never been asked that question as a citizen of St. Louis County. How can my local sheriff's department serve me better? Well, I can tell you what, as your sheriff, I will ask you that question. I will ask every citizen that question, because we work for you, we answer to you. And we have a right to know what you want us to do, we really do.
I want to be the guy to cut out a future sheriff.
But I know there's other next, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I just wondered, if you were elected or.
Yes, ma'am.
How many miles do you cover? I mean, there's not very many sheriffs out here. That's why when I made the statement, you have to call ahead of time, because ours come from International Falls or wherever.
Right,
you know.
so St. Louis County is 7,000 square miles, 199,000 citizens. We have 103 sworn deputies on the St. Louis County Sheriff's Department. It's approximately 200 plus people when you add in dispatch and the jail and the 911 center and administration. I'm gonna tell you right now, at some point, if I get elected, I will be having that conversation with the commissioners, because we're a little short-staffed. It is what it is, and it needs to change. And I just seen the other day that the state gave some money, right? Well, they just passed a new bill for hiring and retention and all that stuff. There was $100+ million that was put towards recruiting that the state had just passed. Now, I don't know if the governor signed it, but they're working on it, and when that does get into play, we should be getting, and I don't know what covers in that, if that's going to cover, and this is a good question, because when we look and I read more into the bill, does it cover hiring officers, and how long is the state gonna help us pay for those officers, right? Because at some point, who has to take the burden on? Us, the people, right, of this county. So that's gonna be a question that, we have to look into that bill and see what it actually covers. But we have a hard time, I'll tell you right now, in law enforcement and recruiting. Thank you, the news, for that. Law enforcement has did a great job. It is a hard job. And when we talk about having these meetings, we are going to show you what our job is all about. You need to learn that, the public needs to learn that, because it's hard to be a law enforcement officer in today's society. It really is. I mean, we answer all kinds of calls, from the medical calls to mentally ill patients, to suicides, to deaths, to domestics. These are all huge problems. Meth calls, right? And on top of it, we're supposed to still do law enforcement. So it is a different job, very demanding. But we can get there, and we need the backing from you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.